Hey everyone, Mass Bandit here with another episode of Let's Play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. We're back in Conifer Slopes at the Hypercoaster, working on the Rapid Ride and integrating it with said Hypercoaster. Some changes since the last video for a couple reasons. Reason number one, the first thing I did was off camera, I went around and I fixed my bump walls of the Rapid Ride here. So what I did is I extended them all by one height, so that when the boats go around, if they were in, if this was a real rapid ride, if they were to hit the wall, they just bump back out. They were too low. It wouldn't have worked that way. They just barely skimmed the surface of the water. So I went around and I added them all across. Another thing I did off camera was I fixed my drops. I said it wrong when I was first building them. I said you want to start your descent on the last tile of the pool you're working in. Not true. You want that to be straight and then go down into the pool. That way, the rafting set that we've been using will work perfectly if you do it that way. And so that meant I had to go back and retrofit all these little drops in. So what I had to do is I had to pull the pools back one tile. Each lower pool needed to be pulled back one tile so that the drop would work. I figured it was easier to do that than to go back and relay the entire rapids track. Because I did that, one of the things I had to do was I had to fix the opening. The bad thing about this rapid set, the one thing that kind of bugs me, is that you don't actually get any control over how wide the channel is. The drop is always that wide. You can't make it wider or narrower. So that meant that every drop in this ride is the same size, and since that's the case, I had to kind of alter the walls here a little bit, and so it's a little bit more narrow of a track than I initially wanted. But hey, that's okay. What are you going to do about that? I still think it looks pretty good. I also changed the wall color, but now that I'm looking at it, again, can't change the color of these. They're non-recolorable, so that means I might have to go ahead and put the color of the walls back to gray, even though I really don't want them. I'd prefer this brown color, but if we have to go gray, we'll go gray. So that's the main stuff I did intentionally off camera. You'll also notice there's some supports on this ride already, and that's because I had planned to do a video yesterday, and I actually did do a video yesterday, but I am a dunce, and I forgot to make sure that my recording was capturing the sound. So I was talking away here for about 30 minutes supporting this coaster, and then when I went back and reviewed the footage, I realized, oh crap, I didn't add any sound. So rather than try and fix it, I just decided to say forget it, and we will support hopefully the second half of this coaster today. Some sets I'm going to be using Coaster Joe's Intimate B&M connectors and Moby's original Steel Jungle. And like I said, I did a little bit of work yesterday. Got basically to around the turnaround portion. We're going to be working on all this over here today, and hopefully get at least to the brake run here. Hopefully we'll get to at least that part. So let's jump right in. I had something I was going to say, but now I can't remember what it was. Haha. So there you go. One of the things that's kind of... I got to make sure I'm not going to go over my time today. Boop. There we go. One of the things I got to make sure is with this set, this support connector set, it's technically a beta. It never was fully completed, which is fine. It's still a great set, but there's some of the pieces, the diagonal pieces are missing, and specifically this element right here, the tilted loop or whatever it's called in game, it doesn't have any connectors in the set here, and so we'll have to fudge that part. We might even use something other than the B&M connectors. We'll see. So I'm just going to leave that alone for now, and when I come back, and once we finish the rest of it, then I can come back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin my supporting here where I left off yesterday. This part here, I'm not sure about this support. This support kind of looks like it's going to get in the way, so I'm actually going to get rid of it. I'm going to put in just a straight one. You'll notice there's two sets if you're not all that familiar. I'm sure everybody's familiar with this set by now. It's been around long enough. But there is a thicker set of supports that I really do like. There's not as much variety in them, which is, whatever. But the reason I'm not using them here is because the B&M connectors actually don't really work all that well with the thicker supports. It doesn't look right. So I decided to go with the thinner ones, and I think that'll be just fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and start plugging away here at my supports. One thing I did here is I had to dig out a little trench because the coaster was laying on the ground, and that's not all that realistic. So I did that, and so then I had to fill it in with some rubble and rocks. One thing I noticed when I went to Six Flags this summer, I was fortunate enough to get to go to Six Flags Great America, my home park. I was fortunate enough to get to go there. And I noticed that their little pits are about as deep as they need them to be. Not very deep at all. If you're not going for heavy theming, just a little shallow pit like that will be just fine. So, like I said, I'm kind of ignoring this for now. We can go ahead and put this in, though. This is part of it. One thing, most of these support pieces are just one color, but some of the more complicated ones, they have the support offshoot. You need to make sure to change the color. Oh, nope, opposite. There you go. Just like that. So if anybody is familiar with the original coaster, the original Hypercoaster that was in Conifer Slopes, about 9 years ago, you'll know that it was, it started out as an ugly green color, and then once it was rebuilt, it was painted red. And it had tan supports, which are nice. I like those. But I'm going to stick, I think, with teal. I think it'll just give this whole area a nicer... It'll make the coaster stand out a bit more, and especially with the rapids running through. I think that'll look pretty spectacular, and that's what we're going for. We want it to look, spectacular. So that's what we're doing. We're making it look good. Hopefully we're making it look good. I think we're making it look good. You'll also notice that I'm kind of skipping some parts. I'm only doing the support structure. I'm only putting in, for right now, the support pieces. I'm not doing the flanges. Why? Because I hate putting in flanges. I hate it. Yeah, not my favorite part of coaster building. So I'm not putting in flanges yet. I will go back and add them because I know there's a lot of people out there who love their flanges. They have to have them. It's just not a coaster. It's just not a good coaster if you didn't put them in. So I promise I'm going to go put them in there. But until I get to that part, we're just going to go ahead and pound out these supports. We have some clipping going on there. Look right here. I didn't even notice that. When I zoom out there, the train's going to smack that. So we're going to have that one be a straight one too. I'm also intentionally forgetting but now that leans into the pool. Probably too far. Let's run these boats and make sure that they're not going to whack. No, they're not going to whack the supports. We don't want that. It's not going to be good. So we'll just have little boats go. Go boats go. Faster, please. They're not moving fast enough for me. Oh, that's because I turned them down that one episode, remember? They were going like they would have been done by now if I had the decent speed. Alright, so here we go. So let's take a look at where these little boats travel. Oh, we can go faster than that. There we go. Oh, so they don't hit. Oh, sweet. So what I think we'll do is we'll just extend this part around here, and that way our supports will not be in the rapid trench, which will be great, because that would look a little silly, I think. I think you'd want them to be over, I don't think you'd want them in there. Cool, so that works. All right, so, all right. Back to it. I'm not adding footers. Well, why am I not adding footers? Well, because I plan to do some heavy... Now, see, that's not going to work. Oh, I don't want that anyway. I want slanted. I still think that's not going to work. Anyway, I'm not doing the footers. Oh, sweet. Oh, Score. I'm not doing the footers, and this is actually a perfect example as to why I am not. Look right here. See this rock cutting in? That's not all that great. So I want my support to show through all of my theming, which probably means I need to put the theming down first. And since I need to do that, it's kind of silly to try and put supports in, or footers in, that are probably going to end up moving anyway. So that's why those aren't in just yet. They will be, again, I'll get to them, but there's a hierarchy, I guess, here. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a hierarchy for me, a way that I want to do this, and an order I want to do it, so I don't have to keep, deleting stuff, and that's not good for anybody. So this is actually going pretty quickly here. One of the things I was a little concerned about was right here, this lift hill. I'm not exactly sure if it's completely supported well, if it's a little under-supported, or if they're in the right place. What do you think? If you have some advice, I'm always open for constructive criticism. And I do listen, and I do make changes. That's how I changed the walls down here. I got a comment from a friend. If you've watched my No Limits Noob Diaries, N7, he has been helping me figure out no limits. It's very difficult, but that's for another video. He noticed that the walls were too low, and I kind of knew it, but I just kept going anyway. But he pointed it out and said it didn't look too hot, and so he highly recommended I fix them, and so I did. And I think he's right. I think it looks better now, and I think in the long run it will be better overall. So that's why that's like that. Cool. So we're just flying through this. This is going pretty quickly. Can I make these for the shorter supports? I kind of like the wider 4 height. I just think that looks a little better. Again, no expert here. No right or necessarily wrong way to do this. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way. As long as it looks good and it pretty much resembles what you'd see in a real coaster, go for it. That's kind of my thing. If it's good, if you like it and it sort of looks real, hey, good enough. This is a game after all, right? Right. Okay, and there we are in the water again, and that might be a bit of an issue. If I go straight down, that should be better. No, are we still gonna? Oh man, we're gonna get really close to clipping. Might have to move that support. Oh boy, but where would I move it? And now this one's like right over the edge. Snap. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get this one in. Because if we can get this one in, then we'll work off of this one. But if this one's not going to work either... Oh, that's right on the wall. Ugh. That might be okay. Let me see. Yeah, that's not bad. We might have to move this support here, which means put another one there maybe. I don't know. What does this look like with 4 height? That's probably going to be way crazy. Still against the wall. And I don't like that. I like the 8 better. So we're going to put the 8 back. 8 back. Here we go. And there we go. Oops, nope, that's not in the right place. There we go. I could if I had to. I guess I could just do a vertical here, couldn't I? That's still same problem. No matter where I put it, it's going to be in the way. The only way it wouldn't be in the way is if I did an angle piece in the opposite direction, right? Yeah, we could do that. What would that look like if I did that with a straight support? Let's take a gander. There we go, and same problem, still sitting in the... Now, we'll go back to the 8s on the slant. I like that the best. So there you go. Just had to try out a whole bunch of ways and settled on the first one we did. Go figure. There we go. Yeah, that'll look great. This little red support, you'll notice, it's showing up. And why? Well, it's because I'm killing the supports the old school way. in that I didn't turn the draw distances down. Remember we talked about that in another video. I want these supports to show up. So that means I have to leave them on, the draw distance on. So that means the only way to kill these supports is to use this support killer in an old set by, his name is Gadget. It's Coaster Goodies. And that's the set that comes in. So now back to our problem of this piece. Let's see if we could try some different ways to get this to work. Go back to Mobies. There we go. Let's try some for height in this. What if we did it like that, and then like that? No, that's smack dab in the center. That's not what we want. Ooh, we could almost get away with it like that. We might have to do something like that. Something crazy like that. Do that. No, that wouldn't support it. And at some point, see, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look like it would support it at all. And now we're in the middle of the pool. That's not what we want either. So let's go back to the slanted supports. For height extended would put us almost across the pool. And then 8 and 12 are just going to bring us even closer. Even closer to it. Yeah, see, that's smack dab in the center. We don't want that. Oh boy, this is a dilly of a pickle. Yeah, it's kind of a problem, isn't it? Well, let's see if we can't move the support. Let's see if we can't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to diagonal steep. Basic steep diagonal. Yeah, we'll try this one. And watch me put it in the exact same place. No, I'll put it there. Oh boy, does that mean we're going to have to move this one a little bit? Oh, and then that's going to be in the center of the pool. Oh, man. Is that what we're going to have to do? Am I going to have to put that one there then to compensate? Might have to do that, and that wouldn't be good for anybody. But anyway, I bet you that's in the same spot, isn't it? I bet you. Dollars to donuts, that's not going to work either. Dollars to donuts? What is he talking about? Come on. There we go. Moby. There you are. Okay, well we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. And that'll be easy then to fix, or not to fix, but to augment. We can go in any direction. Let's go this way. Boop. There you go. That support is fine. That'll be just dandy pandy. That'll be fine. That'll be great. It's great. It's fine. Whatever. Now I could do that, and that would just look absolutely ridiculous. I don't think so. What about the 8? It's going to be like right in the center of the water, isn't it? Yup. And in this direction? Yup. Now, what about a vertical? See, it's all just trial and error here. It's all just, trial and error. Yeah, it's going to get hit by boats, isn't it? Yep. Donk. This one's probably going to as well, isn't it? No. Oh my. Hey. Oh, now I've totally... We could almost get away with that. Almost. Boy, it's tedious sometimes. Yeah, I can't do that. We might have to... And then that would mean moving this one. Bye-bye. Let's see. What does the 8 do? Can I use an 8? What's an 8 extended look like? Just in the water. Wait. Oh, hey, that looks okay. That might work. I'm going to leave that. That might work. we might have to go with it like that. And I'm going to have to add another basic diagonal piece. Oh, that one has a little bottom part. Oh. Oh. Are they all like that? Well then. I might have just learned something today. Well, all these need to be moved over then. See, I tried to do this beforehand to try and save some time. And now, of course, I have to redo all of it. Because, you know. Actually, no, I don't. We're going to leave it like that. Good. We're going to chalk that up to the good enough category. Works for me. Yes. And I picked the right color the first time. Oops. Boom. All right. Continuing onward and upward. Let's do some straight ones here. That's not the supports. No wonder I can't find what I'm looking for. You're in the wrong set. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. And there we go. No, those aren't finished. Don't worry. Why did you leave them like that? They look terrible. Yeah, they do. It's because I'm not done yet. I'm not done. Just gotta give me a second, man. Just give me a minute. There. Oh, come on, turn. There we go. Sometimes my mouse gets kind of sticky. Like the mouse wheel sticks, and I can't do that. 8s or 4s? How far out do those 4s go? They might look a little over the top. Yeah, that doesn't look right. I'll go back to 8s. But extended, please. There you go. Cool. Now, do I want them to go that way, or do I want them to go this way? Do I want some of them to go that way and some of them to go this way? What if I did it like that? Oh, that's kind of funky. It's not bad, not bad, not bad. All right. So there we go. Now we're going on into uncharted territory. I haven't really fiddled with this back half at all yet. And it's going to get really tricky down in here when we have all these helixes and helices, I don't know. All these turns, and there's barely a straight piece here in the bunch. So, but this part should be pretty easy here. Let's go up to our supports or connectors. And we have overbank. We have a small overbank that I can put here. The hardest part for me with these is figuring out where they connect to the track. It's really hard for me to figure that. Is this for the other? This must be for the, yeah. I think this is for the one that goes in the other direction. That would make sense, right? It wouldn't go, yeah. All right. So just the one there, I guess, huh? All right. Meanwhile, we should have a diving, no, curve, no. Basic. Banked 90-degree diagonal medium curve. Let's see if we can get this one to work where we need it to go. Should go like right there. No, that's too high. See what I mean? I just miss. I missed. It's alright, I missed. There we go. Am I gonna need one there too? I guess. Banked 90. Like there? Yeah, I guess we're gonna put one there too. And then we're gonna need one coming out of it. So I guess we're gonna need a gentle to flat. Or flat to gentle. Flat to gentle. No, what about a steep to gentle to steep? No. Well, what do I put here? What about just a plain old gentle? Oh, there we go. And there's our timer. Cool. So I'm going to finish up, I guess, to this hill, and then I'll jump into time-lapse and hopefully finish all of our supports. Now remember, I know, no, there are no, I want large curve. There are no, I'm aware that there are no, what are they called? Flanges. I'm aware that there are no footers. I get all that. I got you. I know. Don't worry. I'm going to put them in. I'm going to do it. I promise you. When have I ever let you down? All the time. Shh. Nobody really asked you. Gentle diagonal? Nope. See, this is where we run into problems. There's just not enough diagonal pieces. And the way I built this, it doesn't have many, like, just flat pieces. We might have to go with that and live with a little gap there. We might have to be okay with that. I guess I could live with that. I wouldn't freak out too much. Just a little bit, just gotta do a little bit of freaking out. Just a little bit. I guess we can go with that. And then do another gentle. And then we just mirror it on the way down. That's not in the right place. Cool. That's not in the right place either, but at least I'm closer. No. Was that in the right place? I don't know. Watch me fumble. Ha ha ha. There we go. And then we just do it backwards. Of course not. Of course it doesn't work that way. Of course. It never does what you want it to do, does it? Never. Though, that's not facing the right way. Boop. Alrighty. Well, today's episode, supports, but hopefully you got a little insight as to how I do my supports. And I do all the supports first, and I go back and do all the footers or flanges, and then I go back and do whatever I didn't do the first time. So I'm going to hop into some time-lapse and finish this up so that next time we can get to the good stuff, the theming, the rocks and the trees and the shrubs and the buildings and all that stuff. My favorite part. This is all kind of tedious, so that's why I'm doing most of it off camera. You don't want to see 4 episodes of me, you don't want to see 4 episodes of me supporting a coaster. I don't want to watch 4 episodes of me supporting it. I don't want to spend that long supporting it. Hey, but I have to do it. So, or else this ride will never get done. So anyway, enough chat. Enough chattering. Time to jump into time-lapse and pound this out. So hope you enjoyed. New custom thumbnails. Don't know if you noticed that, but hey, trying to make my channel a little bit more official. It could really use your help to let people know I'm out there, and comment and like and subscribe and all that stuff. Really, really appreciate it. Have a great day, and be sure to come back for the next one because it's just starting to get good. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.